What has been your best investment in a single stock so far? Mine has been Luckin Coffee. I bought 10K USD at $3.05 in October 2020, still holding. Also good trades around 40,100 on Nvidia, Google, Wise and Race. What has been your best single stock trade to date? And how long have you held it for? 15 years with Google, up over 1,000 and holding. Apple, by far, had it for 10 years. And every time I sell some it turns out to be a mistake. Meta, up 87 because I bought more when Reddit thought it's a dying company. Bought Amazon in October 2001. Still have all of it. Cost basis around 40 cents per share. Now it's around $130 or so. I'm happy. Costco in 2019. My dad bought Apple stock in the 1980s at $5. He bought 1,000 shares. He sold half at $9. He forgot he owned the stock. 30 years later we find a stock certificate for the 500 shares in a safety deposit box. It was worth $500K. AMD 6,000 shares bought in 2017-18 AVG price $15, still holding all of it. Not gonna lie, I made a pretty good killing in GME. I timed it fairly close to the top. It wasn't a ton of money but I was broke so at the time it really gave me a much needed cushion. I was just starting to invest. I have learned that I don't know enough to get too crazy on individual stocks and have transitioned to mainly index investing. Did put some of my profits into DraftKings and I'm down on it. Overall, I got lucky and didn't piss the money away. Very thankful. 10 years with a few $100K in AAPL. Been farming that for years. Bought and sold 3 houses with it. 10 baggers in Canadian oil companies a few years ago. BTE, CPG, WCPI put 15 of my portfolio in. It was later in life when I had a few bucks to invest so the amount is enough to retire on for me. This thread makes me depressed. All I bought out of college 15 years ago was Co. GE. And Mo. Lol, God, I'm stupid. What's everybody buying now in hopes in 10 years or so from now you're having this same conversation saying you bought Visa in 2009. About 23 of my portfolio and I haven't added anything since and will never sell. 800 on Tesla. Probably Adobe when it was around 50. Took a flyer on NVDA at around 70. Non-tech was MA since it went public. Been very nice. Op is a douchebag for 2 reasons. 1. Karma farming. 2. Luckin cannot be both your best and worst investment in a single stock. PS fuck you for 2. Tesla. I see what you did there. Tears of joy. NVDA in 2020. $320,000 in Luckin Coffee gains and still haven't sold. That's crazy. Bought FNA when they were private for $3 a share. Before they went out, they increased shares by 5x. My 10,000 turned to 50,000. 0.60 to $21. Cloudflare in the end of 2019. So many tech stocks. What for the future though? Crystal ball. MSFT. Microsoft, it will be the tech giant. I'm up around 4,000 on NVDA. Started back in 2013, 2014. Tesla when it was $12. HUT8. Bought it under $1 CAD, sold for just over $18 CAD, watched it climb a bit more so I missed out on a bit but just sat back and waited. I'm in again at $1.43 CAD. Hopefully it climbs high again. Tesla. Went in heavy early and now I'm set for generations if I don't blow it all. I do frequent WSB, but that's just to live vicariously. TSLA aka Tesla. $3,851 in 2013, now over $380,000 and gonna go higher. I got AMD at $11. I'm up 800 with NVDA since I bought in 2017. TSLA at $15 cost basis in mid-2016. Palantir in 10 years. ATV. Nvidia for me. 2008. GE. 827-2008. F1.8014 2019. NVDA 40. Nvidia past October from $150, I sold it at $425. I don't trade. I invest. Bought NVDA in bulk plus leaps March 2016. Controlled risk along the way and continue to own it. Another is AEHR, which still has a long runway. Bought it in bulk. Still hold a lot. Started buying at $7 SHR. Can retire if I wanted to. In terms of percentage, Tesla, NVDA, Microsoft. In terms of pure dollars, the company I work for, GKOS. The ESPP program had me double my money. Publix. Bought a startup actually. That went from 15C to $7, liquidated. Costco at $15. Started buying GME in November 2020 due to DDs posted on Reddit. I had deposited $26,500 on RH and with using margin. No options. Touched $800,000 at one point. Cashed out around $560,000. Also through my wife's and my Roths and some savings, and cashed out about $1 million from GME stock. Palantir. I got in at the beginning at like 8. I spent the next couple of years selling calls for really good premium. When that finally dried up, I still sold the stock at a 50 profit. I honestly forget how much money I made off of it, but it replaced having a job during the pandemic. Apple. Up 4,500. I'm still holding my stock called Wife Open Mouth Smile. I lose every week. Shell. Bought 800 shares at €17.11. It's now around €30. Dividends are lovely. Luckin Coffee to the stars, my boy, and fuck me for buying NEO. One of my clients' husband worked for Apple in the 80s and received stock. He passed away and gave all 3,100 shares to his wife. We had to go back in the records and apply a cost base of $1.47. TSLA. 500 so far. ARC 140 growth plus another 20 in CCs. CVNA, even though I sold way too early. Bought at 5. Tesla started buying in 2018, still adding whenever it dips. Up 110 on Meta when I crashed hard due to people thinking they were going the wrong direction. Just wish I had bought more. Full port about $45,000 into AMC at $10 average. Sold around $65. I started buying MVIS a few years ago under $2 a share. It went up to $28 but now back down. Probably should have sold some, but still adding more shares now. In terms of time per profit, Twitter 50 in 2 weeks or so. Got in at 82 on AMZN last year right around this time. I don't think I'll ever sell this position. Unless some unlikely event. Got in PLTR around $5-7 range but sold it all about couple months ago. I'm looking to get back in. For a smaller position. Bought Lilly under a year ago. Up 85 since. Would have been NVDA, but I sold it basically at cost around 127 share when it tanked last year.